Today I'm going to do the top part of the mast and also show how I fit it together with the low part of the mast. First, I start with cutting up some wood. The top part of the mast is going to be 2 meters, therefore I cut up all the timbers to 2 meters. I plan and sand and otherwise trim the surfaces so that they will fit together. In principle, it is the same procedure as with the lower part of the mast. I cut up some glass fiber to laminate the mast from the inside. When I have all the pieces I need, I start the gluing. I use epoxy and glass fiber to join the pieces together. To keep the mast locked in one position, I need a couple of smaller rods of aluminium. So, now we're going to try how to fit the two parts of the mast together. The aluminium tube connecting the two parts fits quite well into the lower part of the mast. Now the question is how to fit them together with the other part of the mast. So I'm going to try this. As the fitting seems to work, I can glue the aluminium tube into the mast. I mark the mast profile both on the top and the end part of the mast. I also mark the sides where the scarfing should be, so that the upper part of the mast will be a bit thinner than the lower part of the mast. For this part of the mast I use the glass fiber in the opposite direction to what I used for the lower part of the mast. In contrast to how well I succeeded with the lower part of the mast, I get some bubbles in the laminate for the top part of the mast. Here you can see how I repaired the bubbles. First I cut out the bubbles of the laminate and then I glue on a small piece of glass fiber. After covering the repair with a couple of coats of epoxy, the laminate will be as strong as it was one piece of glass fiber, and it will be as smooth as well. After covering the laminate with a couple of coats of epoxy with sanding in between, the laminate starts to look rather smooth. I secured the aluminium side rods with thickened epoxy. It's a bit tricky to get them lined up parallel to the main pipe. Here I use a planking with pre-drilled holes to support the aluminium rods while curing. I fail a little bit with lining up them in parallel with the lower part of the mast, so the rope channel needs to be trimmed a little bit for the sail not to be stuck in the gap between. At last I'm happy with the transition from the lower to the upper part of the mast, and I think this will work. So I try the sail.